What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. For the last 3 days, we've been doing a lot of lives, kind of just relaxing, but today, we are back on regular routine. We're going to witness a woman by the name of Daila Wilson, hopefully I pronounced that right, for a hit and run at a school bus stop. I believe she hit 2 kids and dipped out. But Daila ended up turning herself in, and now she's on Lockdown 23-1. For those of y'all that are new, we talk about all things lockup related, from the streets to the courtroom to prison. If that's the kind of content that you're into, you already know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Oh, Daila, come on now. You know that yellow paper ain't gonna hide you forever. She could have at least written a letter or something on that side so we could read something. Drew a picture. Where'd the audio go?
Alright.
I'm already risen, Your Honor. I'm already risen.
Alright, everyone can have a
Standing
seat.
desks. I can't sit. Standing desks.
Mr. Ezone, come on up. We are back on the record. This is 19
Rather young judge.
TRD 2637. The defendant, Daila Wilson, is present with counsel, Attorney Sweet. I have a victim advocate present. I now have
I knew that yellow paper wasn't going to last long.
the Willoughby prosecutor. Mr. Ezone, it was represented to the court at the beginning of the change of plea that there was going to be a no contest plea entered, which I was not aware of. Was that part of your plea discussions?
Yeah, in fact, Your Honor, on the court's form, there is checked on the bottom by counsel for defendant that he is entering a no contest plea, and he is stipulating to the facts of the case. But for the court, I can read.
That is not what the form says. The form says that the defendant waives the explanation if a no contest plea is entered.
That's an old relic right there, ain't it? The judge asked him something. It took him a second to reply. She had to crank him into action. Probably saying to himself, that robe, Your Honor, should be mine. I got one at home and act like I'm the judge all the time. And then he comes back to work and realizes he's just a state prosecutor.
Was that part of your plea discussions?
Yeah, in fact, Your Honor, on the court's form, there is checked on the bottom by counsel for defendant that he is entering a no contest plea, and he is stipulating to the facts of the case. But for the court, I can read.
That is not what the form says. The form says that the defendant waives the explanation if a no contest plea is entered. I was not advised that a no contest plea was going to be entered, so I wouldn't know to let you know that you need to remain here to state the facts on the record.
That's fine, Judge.
Additionally, if
I feel like she's kind of talking to him in a manner of, hey, you're getting old. What's the word? Senile? You only got a couple more years left of this, sir. She understands completely that he is not as sharp as he used to be in his grad days.
Additionally, if a no contest plea is going to be entered, as I represented to Mr. Sweet,
No lamp in that shithole.
in the last stage of this hearing, that the plea is going to be as charged, that there is not going to be a dismissal. I'm not going to accept dismissals on C and D for as long as a no contest plea is being entered. My understanding was that there was a plea bargain, and that as a result of the plea bargain, C and D were being dismissed and she was pleading guilty. So, Mr. Sweet, how do you want to proceed today?
Ooh.
If I may have 1 second to
Sure.
to
Of
confer
course.
with my client.
Yeah. What's going on here? Don't do that. Just act like I'm doing something. You ain't gotta do anything. I'm just talking and talk. I'm a lawyer. Do whatever the hell you wanna do. I don't care what happens to you any damn way.
All right, Your Honor, we'll accept that.
Ah!
And enter a plea of no contest to all the charges.
Okay, is the state now going to move
Oh my god. Alright, Your Honor, we'll accept that. Shit. These plea bargains, man, there's something else, ain't they? Almost like they had a damn savings coupon at Food Line.
to to amend the C and the D charges, or are you going to leave them under the local?
We can leave them under the local, Your Honor. They are local charges being two of them, reckless operation and overtaking a vehicle left of center. The more serious charges, we've amended to the state charge.
All right, thank you. So, Ms. Wilson, do you understand what your attorney has represented to the court? That you're going to plead no contest as charged here to 4 separate charges. Is that your understanding of what's happening here today?
Yes.
I'm going to have you step forward, and there's a microphone in front. That's the court microphone. So we're being recorded here and making a record, okay? I'm going to ask you to keep your voice up for those purposes. The ticket outlines 4 separate charges. The A count is the failure to stop after an accident or hit skip. That's a misdemeanor of the 1st degree. And I have to advise you that there is a mandatory license suspension on that charge, a mandatory minimum of 6 months up to 3 years. And during that 6-month period, there's no driving privileges that can be assessed to you. And you would have gone over all of the other minimum and mandatory penalties at the time of the arraignment. But it is a misdemeanor of the 1st degree, and that's punishable by up to 180 days in jail, up to a $1,000 fine, can be ordered to be court costs, placed on probation, the license suspension, as I indicated.
Will she get jail time, ladies and gentlemen? Will she get jail time? I don't know. I haven't seen this at all, any of this clip. I just remember the story like it was yesterday.
On the B, C, and D counts, those are minor misdemeanor. 2 are minor misdemeanor offenses, and 1 is a special misdemeanor. Those are essentially fines and court costs that the court can impose. So do you understand all of that?
Nothing like those
You
sweet
understand
money
that
misdemeanors,
no
baby.
contest. You are not admitting your guilt, but you are admitting to the truth of the facts that are alleged in the complaint and that are going to be outlined here by the prosecutor. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea cannot be used against you in any subsequent civil proceedings?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading no contest here, you are giving up your trial rights in this case? You are
We
giving
understand.
your right to have a trial, either to me as a judge or to a jury. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You are waiving your right to confront witnesses by cross-examination. You are waiving your right to compel witnesses, to make them come to court and to testify using the power of subpoena. Do you understand that?
Just send it to
You are
me.
waiving. Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to change your plea?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your lawyer?
Yes.
Just imagine how much of a turn it would have taken if she said, "No, I'm sovereign."
All right, as to the A count, failure to stop after an accident, how do you plead?
No contest.
That is the passing a stopped school bus as amended under 451175. How do you plead?
No contest.
As to the minor misdemeanor reckless operation, how do you plead?
No contest.
As to
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Basically, the basic facts of this case are on May 13th, 2019, approximately.
Look at those lobes, though. Is that a lobe, or is that just a part of his neck? If I ever get lobes like that, ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee they get surgically removed. Can't have them lobes flopping around the workspace.
In the afternoon in the city of Willoughby, Lake County, Ohio, on 300th Street in Barjoti, within the said city, there was an accident occurring with a school bus wherein 2 children were being alighted from the vehicle and were directed to cross the street. And while they were doing so, the bus driver had his flashers on and he had the stop sign out. And at that time, a vehicle passed the school bus with its lights on, meaning the school bus, and just as the vehicle.
That has to be the bus driver. I remember going to school, riding the bus, and there was a set of train tracks. There's this set of train tracks that we'd have to stop by. He'd have to open up his window and look both ways before he goes across the train tracks. I'll never forget this guy. I don't remember names, but I'll never forget this guy. Mr. Newton. Old black man. Angry old black man. Yeah, and his hands were creepy as hell. He had like arthritis and things bent sideways, and he had like freaking Freddy Krueger nails. Creepy old man. But anyways, that's besides the point. One day we decided to get a little train horn. You know, one of those wood things that sound like a train when you blow into it. Well, one day we came to the tracks and decided to use that little gadget. And he sat there probably for a good 5-10 minutes thinking a train was coming. We did it every day after that. It didn't work no more after about a week of doing it.
Red Hyundai Tiburon passed a school bus.
What do you say? A red Hyundai?
And were directed to cross the street. And while they were doing it with its lights on, meaning the school bus, and just as the vehicle, a red Hyundai.
A red Hyundai.
Tiburon passed a school bus. It hit the two children, being Scott and Mason. They would not give the last names because they are juveniles, but they were both injured and taken to a hospital, one to Lake West and the other child to Hillcrest. And then they were subsequently released from the hospital. The police did an investigation and reviewed the video from the school bus, and there were 4 video DVDs.
All right, we got the fast
We
forward.
did not know at the time, around 3 o'clock.
This is a long ass sentence. I don't know why it's so damn long, because they already took a plea for the most part. Let's just jump to the damn sentencing. Courtroom ain't fun to analyze or nothing. They ain't giving us no good camera angles. This is the worst courtroom I've ever seen. This courtroom was built for one reason and one reason only: prison smoke. There's nothing in that courtroom that resembles any kind of freedom. You go in there, you're not leaving.
So was there a probation violation filed on your juvenile case because of this?
Not really, but my probation officer requested that I stay on due to this. So she just wanted, for whatever reason, she requested that.
Oh, she was on juvenile probation already.
I was supposed to be let off of probation, maybe that.
If you don't tighten up, prison is definitely in your damn future, young lady. You're on juvenile probation. That innocent face is not so innocent, is it? Can't be if she's already on damn juvie probation. You bad. Bad egg. It's alright though. I used to be a bad egg. You could change up.
Same week before that happened, I believe I had court coming up after that incident.
Is the state aware of any of this?
No.
The state wasn't aware of any of this shit before they made
What
a
about
deal.
the car insurance? Do you have insurance?
No, ma'am.
Wow.
Driving without insurance too.
Driving without insurance and they didn't even give it to her. Judge is pissed, man. Like, the state had no idea she was already on juvenile probation. If that was me, they would have brought up every last damn juvenile thing I've ever done in my life. Even if I was facing no time at all, they still would have brought it up. This is crazy, man. This whole courtroom is a damn sham. I apologize, Your Honor, not you. You're obviously got your shit in order. You're over here directing ships and finding all the damn holes that these people are leaving out. Good job, Your Honor. Good job.
Or 19.
My birthday's
She turned 18
Just turned 18.
on April 1st.
She turned 18, and this offense occurred within weeks.
That is true.
Don't matter if she just
I've
turned it. She
considered
is
the
18.
facts and circumstances of this particular case. And I find that the facts of this offense make this offense the most serious form of the offense. Leaving the scene of an accident involving 2 7-year-olds is the worst form of a hit skip, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And it's only a misdemeanor. A funky ass misdemeanor. But you pop someone in the lip to get a little trickle of blood, that's felony.
I have considered the victim impact statements that I received during the pretrial from Mason's mother. I also received an impact statement in writing from her, and I'm considering her oral statements here in open court today. I'm also considering Mason's statement that was submitted to me in writing, and I'm going to note that he has been present all morning. It's now 12:30. He's been here for the 3 hours of these court proceedings today.
That's one of the little kids that got hit, I think.
I've considered the statements that were presented from the bus driver,
Come on already.
considered defense counsel statements at specific in light of the purposes and principles of sentencing, and I balanced the factors that I am required to under the law.
Just tell us already.
I'm also going to make the finding that sanctions that were previously imposed in juvenile court been rehabilitated. She's on probation and she's committed a new criminal offense. So I've considered all of this. I've balanced the factors that I'm required to under the law. The sentence will be as follows. As to the A count,
Fine.
that is the hit skip as amended, there'll be a $500 fine. I'm ordering you to pay court costs. 180 days in the Lake County Jail
Ooh, there
with
it
0
comes.
suspended. You'll serve all 180
Ooh,
days
you see how she
in
did
the Lake
that?
County Jail. I find that you're not
This judge played that shit smart. Me personally, I thought she was just gonna get a damn fine the way she added that pause. You will be paying the whole fine. Wait 1 minute, flip pages, act like you're going to new charges, but really, she ain't finished smoking your ass for the first one. 180 blickums. Wow. Just about to, here comes the tears, I think. 180 blickums. Better learn your lesson from this, young lady. Could have been a lot worse. A lot worse.
the B count. There'll be a $350 fine in court costs. On the C count, a $150 fine in court costs. Of the D count, $150 fine in court costs.
Okay, so it seems like it's a bunch of freaking court costs from here on out. We're going to finish it up. But let me say this about hit and runs. A lot of hit and run situations, as you can see, there was no felonies. Unless I mistakenly heard wrong. But just imagine this. Let's say, she happened to have, did a little wake and bake session before she went somewhere, smoked a little doobie or something. She would have stopped that vehicle and they did some kind of sobriety test, even if it was just a jaybird or something. She would have gotten smoked with a felony. Driving under the influence, hit and run, it would have probably turned it into a felony hit and run. She would have done probably, 5 years in prison. That's the reason why a lot of individuals, cause an accident and run. Because either they're drunk, have illegal things in the car, pills, something like that is usually the reason why these people run from an accident. Or they were just absolutely terrified, or they really didn't know they hit something. But most of the time, a lot of these people, man, especially guys that I've ran to in lockup, they'll tell me their stories and they'll say, man, I was so fucked up. If I didn't get away right then, I would have had all kinds of felonies.
Restitution's been requested by the state. There is no amount of restitution that has been presented by the court to the court for my consideration at this time. The defendant has indicated that she's willing to pay restitution, but I don't have any numbers in front of me. I will order restitution, and what will happen is if there's going to be a hearing on that, then Mr. Sweet will file an appropriate motion if we need to discuss what that is. We can do that at another time, but I am ordering restitution for the victims here.
She's getting agitated now.
These fellows.
She's about ready to
25
snap.
kids that were on the bus that saw this happen also.
Ooh.
Judge, just to reiterate, on the hit skip, there were 6 points. And we did recommend eventually remedial driving with a retesting.
The 6 points will be assessed by the BNB
Right, I just wanted to
Yes.
make that clear, the same.
with the
on-
2 points on the B count.
That's true.
All
That
assessed by the
prosecutor's
BNB.
trying
Thank
to
you.
get her for all kinds of points on her
Mr.
driving record.
Sweet, is there anything additional
Gobble.
from you?
I would only respectfully request that Ms. Wilson be given a brief opportunity to get her affairs in order, because she's juggling a lot right now, and she has to square herself away with her.
All we ask, Your Honor, is that you give her a few times to handle her affairs, because she's 17. Oh, she just turned 18. I apologize. And she has so much to juggle around. Come on, man. That girl probably plays Call of Duty all day.
Made to the Army. I would respectfully request a delay in reporting to jail.
The request is denied.
Ooh,
Ms.
what did
Wilson?
he use as an excuse?
Request a delay in reporting. I respectfully request that Ms. Wilson be given a brief opportunity to get her affairs in order, because she's juggling a lot right now, and she has to square herself away with her commitments made to the Army. I would respectfully request a delay in reporting to jail.
The request is denied.
This lady's smoking her all the way around. So the attorney was asking for her to have a few days of freedom to get her shit in order because she had some kind of commitments with the Army. I'm not going to lie, I don't think her Army career is ruined. You know, she only has to do 180 days in jail, and it's a misdemeanor, so I don't know how it works in that state. But over here, a misdemeanor, you only do 50% of it. So 180 divided by 2. Let's try that. Let's try to attempt that. What is that? 90? Human fucking calculator. 90 days ain't shit. 3 months. Get out and go join the Army. But maybe they don't take people that got misdemeanors. I don't know. You know, if shit would have went differently, I would have been a Marine. And when I say if shit would have went differently, I'm not talking about, you know, me going to prison, if I never went to prison or anything like that. If I would have listened in math class, it would have been totally different. I failed that ASVAB for the damn, is that what they call them things? ASVAB for the military, the test. That damn Marine looked at me like, dude, you're way too stupid. They left faster than white on rice. That's his shit, man. If I remember correctly, I think I heard my dad say, I ain't never seen a recruiter leave a house so fast. Anyways, this girl got smoked, man. She ain't going home.
Ms. Wilson,
Is there any way I can get less days? I'm so sorry, but it was a complete mistake. And
this is,
Don't beg. Don't beg
we
for
never
less
do that on
days.
purpose. And I just wish someone
Oh,
could see that. Why would I? If I was really going super fast, those kids would be way more hurt. Way more hurt.
Ms. Wilson,
Dang.
this behavior, it's not just going around a stop sign where kids are getting on and off a bus. You left them there. You didn't stop. And you
Yeah.
left 2 7-year-olds on the side of the road.
Yeah.
As a society, we don't treat each other this way.
No, we don't. Hell
You
no.
were so involved in you that you didn't consider anyone else around you. And for that, there is a penalty.